Yes, my Between the Liners, welcome back to the Between the Lines podcast. This is the final video of 2022 and Manchester United have won the game 1-0, signing off 2022. Not with a great performance, but a professional performance at least. Marcus Rashford is unstoppable. Literally no one can stop him. Before I get into the game, I want to say thanks to all of you lot contributing to the show and following, subscribing, sharing, etc, etc. The first video I dropped was January 28th. I took a month off in April as well for Ramadan. So technically, we've only been running for about 9 months. And thank you for all the support so far. Hopefully bigger and better things to come in 2023. Let's get into this game now. Manchester United at the Molineux Stadium. Marcus, we'll get into the starting lineup first. The big news was Rashford had been dropped because of disciplinarian reasons. And I can't lie, I was shocked. I don't know what the hell is going on behind the scenes. I'm hoping he just turned up late for training or something, and that's why. Hopefully nothing major. Knowing Rashford, maybe he's asking for 350 grand a week like Sancho, and that's why Ten Hag was like, you know what? I need to humble this kid quick. Whatever it was, obviously it worked. We're going to get into that after. I was also quite surprised with the starting lineup that Shaw was playing again ahead of Maguire and Lindelof, both on the bench. So you can only assume that was a tactical decision because surely Maguire's fit enough to start by now. So credit to Ten Hag, made the right decision. We've obviously come away with another clean sheet. And I'll get into Shaw's performance as well. Other than that starting lineup, I think because Rashford was dropped, it gave a good opportunity to Garnacho to perform and show what he's made of again. And he kind of deserves starts at the moment, to be fair to him. So I was happy for him. Also gave Anthony another chance to show what he's made of, because obviously he's come under a little bit of criticism from United fans, especially due to recent performances. Let's take it into the positives because we've won the game. It's the final game of 2022. Marcus Rashford has got the winner. Should we start with Rashford? All right. Ten Hag, bold move, dropping your main attacking threat of the moment, Marcus Rashford. And Garnacho, his replacement, I thought played pretty decent. One thing I like about Anthony as well and Garnacho, even when they don't have good games, obviously Garnacho I think was slightly better than Anthony on the ball today. Even when they don't have good games, there's one thing they're credible for is they will always put in 110%. And maybe you might not get the same from Marcus Rashford, the winger, or maybe Sancho, the winger. But even Elanga, to a certain extent, Elanga, Anthony and Garnacho, you always get 110% work rate. And a team like Wolves, who are very industrious, they work very hard, especially under a new manager. Anthony's work rate, I thought, was phenomenal today. Kept going at it all game. His play on the ball and attacking wise wasn't really the greatest. Kind of gave it away a few times. Garnacho probably should have got a goal as well. But at least he's getting in the right positions. Obviously capitalising on the defender's mistake. So, and he's still young, Garnacho. So that's one thing I was really proud of, the team's work rate today. Even Bruno Fernandes, I don't think he had the best first half, but his work rate throughout the whole game was immense. And I think, if anything, like I've been a bit doubtful about his captaincy skills, but if anything, his work rate probably sets him apart from the rest of the team. And I guess that's kind of inspiring for the rest of the team, I hope. And obviously we're on a winning run, so he must be doing something right, Bruno Fernandes. In terms of the team as a whole, I thought our defensive shape was very good today. A few standout performances. Varane is just so class. So much class. He didn't even have to be classy on the ball today, but every time the ball was whipped in, it's crazy how many times he's the one that's got the crucial header or the crucial interception in the box or in and around the box. It's insane. He's like a magnet to the ball. He's just always in the right place, always brave enough to get the header in. You see so many dangerous crosses in games against Manchester United, and more often than not, he's the one heading it out. It's actually nuts. And you know what? Shout out Luke Shaw as well. Kept his place at centre-back, and he put in a good performance, you know. I thought this game he played better than against the Forest game. I thought he was better today in terms of, it was a bit of more of a physical battle with the Wolves team. handled his own against Diego Costa pretty calmly. And even when Jimenez came on, Traore came on, Traore only got past our defence once, and Traore is an absolute beast. So shout out defence. I thought Malacia was very solid at the back today as well. And you know what? Once again, and this is the third video in a row, I'm praising Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Please, guys, do not forget the amount of criticism this guy's got, the amount of people that rip this guy off and try to say he's a dead baller. He's just put in 3 good performances in a row. And I thought today was his best defensive game, especially out of the last 2 or 3 games that he's played. Attacking-wise, probably still lacking a bit. Didn't really see him overlap too much. And to be fair to him, when he did overlap, Anthony weren't really trying to find him either. So I don't really think that was his fault. Aaron Wan-Bissaka, and some of his timing on his tackles, obviously you lot already know, he's phenomenal at. Like, it's mad. So shout out Wan-Bissaka as well. I'm very happy for him. And like, I don't know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments. Are you willing to keep Wan-Bissaka? Is he a capable backup? Because it seems to me like he is. And I would happily have him on the bench to back up for Dalot, obviously, because Dalot's had a very good start to the season prior to this World Cup and injury. Other positives of the game, I thought De Gea made some great saves today. It was one for the Neves free kick, one for a header. I think Jimenez late on as well in the box. I thought he came off his line quite well today. It was quite high up when he needed to be sweeping up. Just his distribution wasn't very great today, to be honest with you. Other than that, let's talk about the goal. And to be honest, Bruno Fernandes was robbed of another assist. I think it was a Martial header. I don't know what he was doing. Barely touched the ball. But Bruno Fernandes for that Rashford goal. It's not, I know it looks easy on TV, but only elite ballers, like guys that play football like me, you'll know that Bruno Fernandes 1-2 with Rashford for the goal. The weight of the pass, the timing of it, the angle of it has to be perfect. And the way Rashford come onto it, you just, as soon as you saw him going at full flow, you just knew Rashford was going to score. The strength to hold off Johnny, shrugged him off with one arm. Then I think it was another challenge from Collins. Then he's held on to the ball. He's dribbled in a tight situation. And then the composure to have the finish as well. And even the thought process to do the 1-2 with Bruno in the first place. What an absolute goal. He's just literally, as I said at the beginning of the video, I've said in the last few videos as well, Marcus Rashford, MBE, literally unstoppable right now. And to be honest, in the second half, he probably should have got another one as well, late on when Wolves started opening up a little, partially because of Donny van der Beek. Let's go into the negatives, and I'm going to come to Van der Beek later. Throughout the game, I was a bit concerned how we didn't really control the possession at all, really. There wasn't really ever a sustained period of time where we controlled the ball. It kind of felt 50-50 throughout the whole game. And I've mentioned before, I just don't think that's good enough, especially against teams like Wolves. Wolves have got a very technical and controlling midfield in Neves, Nunes and Moutinho. Fair enough, they've got a very controlling midfield, but when Man United, we've got Casemiro, Eriksen and Bruno, we should be controlling the midfield a lot better than we did. And even when Fred come on, and even when Donny come on, we didn't control the ball at all. It was a bit weird. Like, I just think, why did we allow Wolves to make it 50-50 in terms of possession? I don't know the possession stats, but I just think we should be punishing these teams a lot better and holding on to the ball a lot better, making them work around for it, rather than what we do. And it was like too many loose passes, too many lack of movement, too much lack of movement, sorry. We need to do that a lot better. And also, I thought Eriksen was really quiet today and kind of went missing. I thought Bruno was kind of similar in the first half, but you could see him working around. And in the second half, I did think Bruno turned it around, was a lot better on the ball, was working a lot harder. And Fred, I guess, in favour of Fred, he probably put himself out well, but didn't really bring much on the ball. Donny, I just think it was real shame because he had an opportunity there to try and create things on the counter-attack. There was a few times he got through and almost like he picked the wrong decision every single time, or his pass, the angle of the pass was wrong, or the weight of the pass was wrong. And that separates like Bruno Fernandes to guys like Donny van der Beek. Obviously there's a big difference here anyway, but yeah, you can see like the weight of the pass just isn't quite there, and that's why Bruno's elite. Let me not get gassed about Bruno, but yeah, Donny van der Beek, I just think his time's up. Like, obviously all of you lot, especially United fans, you must be sick of him by now, or fed up at least. Maybe not sick of him is probably harsh. other than that, I thought Martial was really ineffective today, and I don't really know why. It's like a recurring theme for Martial. He's either up for it or he's not. And today he didn't really look up for it. He kind of looked sluggish. And you could argue that Ronaldo would probably put in the same shift that Martial put in today. Like, even when Martial dropped deeper today, he weren't really creating much. Even when he was up top, he weren't really running in behind. Had maybe one or two chances. One chance he should have got a shot on target at least. I don't know how he scuffed that header. Maybe another negative is that we probably aren't creating enough chances, or we didn't really today. Maybe there was a few, and I guess if Donny was a bit more efficient, we probably would have created more at the end. But still, throughout the game, like, look, let's be real, Wolves aren't doing that well this season, and they've had to get a new manager for a reason, and we made them look better than they have been or actually are. And credit to Wolves, they're obviously a decent side. They did put in a good shift, but I just think we allowed them too much time, too much space on the ball. Yeah, and also maybe Garnacho probably should have scored his chance, but he's still a young kid. I still got a lot of faith in him, but it would have helped if he'd scored that. And then we should be, like I said, we should be punishing teams like Wolves, let's be real, especially if we want to get closer to a title charge within the near distant future, because top four is obviously the bare minimum. But yeah, rounding up, I guess the main topic of the day is Ten Hag, our manager, the strict disciplinarian, the guy that runs the dressing room, and he's made the right decision most of the time since he's been in, such as a Ronaldo situation, such as phasing out Maguire, such as punishing Garnacho in pre-season because he was late for training, and numerous other instances, even putting Shaw as centre-back now. Like, I can't think of the last time Ten Hag made a mistake, and that was probably the Man City game where we lost 6-3. But even today, the Rashford decision to drop our star attacking threat right now, and then to bring him on at half-time, which you could have argued he could have brought him on later, but he made the decision to bring him on at half-time, which is a brave decision to even drop him to the bench, and it's paid off. At the end of the day, Rashford's come on, he scored a goal. They've hugged at the end of the game, and maybe whatever Rashford did, I assume he shouldn't do again. Hopefully it doesn't affect him negatively, and he thinks that Ten Hag's being too overreactive, and hopefully he just continues on his fine form like he did today. Just brushed it, whatever happened, brushed it aside, comes on the goal, scores a pitch, job done, hug the manager, go home, enjoy your Saturday, Marcus Rashford. Looking ahead, we've got Bournemouth on Tuesday, I believe, at Old Trafford, and let's be real, we should be winning that game again. Let's keep this run of wins going on. I think we've only lost one game in the last 15 games now, and that was to Aston Villa when they got a new manager. So the form is immense. Ten Hag is immense. Who was your man in the match? Oh, man in the match. You know what? I'm guessing a lot of you guys, and maybe the TV probably gave it to Marcus Rashford, but genuinely, I might give to Bruno Fernandes. And based on the first half, I wouldn't have said so. But on the second half, he's just all over the pitch. His work rate is immense, and his pass, he did start to find his passes a little bit better in that second half. Started creating a few more chances. Probably should have got 2 assists, to be fair. He's been robbed of assists all season, to be honest. But yeah, maybe some of his passes were a bit wasteful, but I think in the second half he was a lot more efficient. So Bruno Fernandes is my man in the match. Genuinely, I might have even given it to Varane as well. I thought he was immense. And shout out the whole back four, back five, because they played very well. Maybe most disappointing player, Donny van de Beek, probably. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. This is the final video of 2022 on the Between the Lines podcast. More great content coming out starting from tomorrow, January the 1st. We've got a Premier League all-time 11 draft coming out. Stay tuned for that one. Subscribe to the channel, like the video, share the video, get in the comments. Thanks for all your support this year, in my first year and our first year running this podcast. More great things to come. See you on the next one. Peace out. Between